I cannot believe the call. You've got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most painful or embarrassing moments in Super Bowl history. We'll only be looking at game-related moments, so sorry, Christina Aguilera. Your national anthem fumble belongs on a different list.
He's being chased by BB. Watch out! Did he get across? No, they are not. That's going to be a touchback.
Number 10, Garo's Gaff, Super Bowl VII. This contest between Miami and Washington was shaping up to be pretty uneventful.
We have a team coming in here undefeated, untied. The Miami Dolphins. No team has ever come into the Super Bowl with an unblemished record. No team has ever won 17 games in a row in a professional football season. Miami is shooting for that record today.
Miami held their opponents scoreless until the final few minutes of the game, when Dolphins kicker Garo Yepremian lined up for a field goal to make the score 17-0. Unfortunately, the kick was blocked. Instead of scooping up the loose ball and running out of bounds or even just taking a sack, Yepremian attempted let's call it a pass.
Here's Yepremian. He lost the ball out of his hands, and it flops into the hands of Mike Bass, who made a good run here down the sideline.
It was tipped, and Washington defensive back Mike Bass snagged it and ran it back for a touchdown. The Dolphins still won, but Yepremian's foolish mistake came to be known as Garo's Gaff. Imagine going down in NFL history for that.
I feel great that we won the game, but I feel very bad that I tried to be a passer.
Number 9, Cam Newton's fumble, Super Bowl 50. With 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Carolina Panthers had the ball down 10-16 against the Denver Broncos.
2nd and 9, and Newton's pass wide of the mark.
Quarterback Cam Newton had recently been named MVP, and the setup seemed perfect for him to lead his team down the field for a touchdown and the victory. But Broncos legend Von Miller had other ideas. He stripped the ball from Newton for the second time in the game.
Rushing forward, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground, and it's still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line.
Instead of diving on it immediately, Newton backed away from the pile of men trying to recover the ball. Denver's T.J. Ward finally managed to gain possession at Carolina's 4-yard line. Just a few plays later, the Broncos scored, sealing their win and earning a second Lombardi trophy for Peyton Manning.
And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
Number 8, wide right, Super Bowl 25. The Buffalo Bills had a string of bad Super Bowl luck in the early 90s, losing 4 in a row.
And now the Buffalo Bills beat the New York Giants in Super Bowl 25.
It started in 1991 with what had to be the most heartbreaking loss of them all against the New York Giants. With just 8 seconds to go and down 1 point, the Bills lined up for a 47-yard field goal.
Now Norwood tries to kick his longest ever on grass, 47 yards.
At that point in his career, kicker Scott Norwood was 1 for 5 on kicks over 40 yards. Unsurprisingly, he shanked it wide right and the Bills lost 20-19. Game analysts later noticed the holder, Frank Reich, had lined the laces up incorrectly, possibly causing the miss. Either way, Norwood's name is the one that went down in infamy.
No good. Wide right.
Number 7, safety on the first play, Super Bowl 48. This game was painful to watch from the very beginning, unless of course you're a Seahawks fan.
The Seahawks won the toss but put their defense out on the field.
That set the tone right there to let you know we come to play and we come to play defense first.
On the first play from scrimmage, Peyton Manning appeared to call it for the snap, then stepped forward to call an audible. Center Manny Ramirez didn't realize the quarterback had moved and snapped the ball anyway.
12 seconds into the game leads to 2 points. Right off the bat, the quickest score in the history of the Super Bowl.
It sailed past Manning's head and into the end zone, where Bronco Noshan Moreno recovered it. He was taken down, resulting in a safety at only 12 seconds into the game. It set a record for the fastest score to start a Super Bowl, and the Seahawks went on to rout the Broncos 43-8.
Pete Carroll is a Super Bowl winning head coach, getting a hug from Russell Wilson, who he drafted in the 3rd round.
Number 6, Jackie Smith's drop touchdown, Super Bowl 13. Smith was a star tight end in the league for 16 years, but this is probably the play he's most famous for. When the Cowboys faced the Steelers in 1979, they were down 21-14 at the half.
The end of the first half at the Orange Bowl in Miami. Super Bowl 13 with a score, Pittsburgh 21, the Dallas Cowboys 14.
Near the end of the third quarter, the Cowboys had a 3rd down on the 10-yard line. Quarterback Roger Staubach took the snap and found Smith wide open in the end zone. He fired the ball for what should have been an easy TD, but it bounced off Smith's chest instead.
And they're going to throw. Oh, he's got it wide open. Drop. Veteran Jackie Smith.
The tight end appeared to lose his footing as he bent down to make the play, though he later acknowledged that he should have made the catch. The Cowboys would lose that game by just 4 points.
The Cowboys came back with 2 touchdowns, and there were 66 points scored. And for those that said that they don't score in Super Bowls, this one showed that they can.
Number 5, John Casey's kickoff goes out of bounds. Super Bowl 38. The fourth quarter of this game was electric, with the Panthers and Patriots scoring a combined 37 points in 15 minutes of play.
They always don't need really good blocking up front to make big plays.
The Panthers completed a touchdown pass to tie the game at 29 with 1:08 to go. If they could hold off the Pats, this game would be the first Super Bowl ever to go to overtime.
Casey's kick way off to the side.
However, John Casey's kickoff went way out of bounds, giving the Patriots the ball at their own 40-yard line. With Tom Brady under center and the legendary Adam Vinatieri kicking, the go-ahead field goal was a cinch. The Patriots won 32-29.
Runs out of room, and the Panthers run out of time.
Number 4, Tim Krumrie's horrifying leg break. Super Bowl 23. After 2 gruesome injuries in the first 8 minutes of this game, both the 49ers and the Bengals must have thought they were cursed.
The Bengals' chances of winning took another big hit early in the first quarter, when a routine play changed the course of the game and Tim Krumrie's career.
49ers tackle Steve Wallace broke his ankle on just the 3rd play, but that was nothing compared to what happened to Bengals defender Tim Krumrie during the Niners' 2nd possession. While tackling runner Roger Craig, Krumrie horrifically shattered his tibia and fibula in his left leg.
I knew it was pretty bad because Tim didn't get up.
Come on, Timmy. Get up, baby.
I'm trying to get up. Thinking to myself, here you dumbass, you broke your leg.
He was carted off the field but insisted on staying in the locker room to watch the game instead of going to the hospital. That was until the medics insisted he could go into shock. Krumrie had a 15-inch steel rod implanted in his leg and, amazingly, made a full recovery.
I just think it was an adrenaline thing that I was excited to be in the deal, and it's a self-inflicted injury. It was nobody's fault. It was my own fault. I got too damn excited. I was just too much into the game, and I probably wanted it too much.
Number 3, Barrett Robbins goes missing. Super Bowl 37. When Marissa Robbins got a phone call early in the morning the day before the Super Bowl, she knew something was wrong.
You know, anytime the phone rings, not normal hours before 8 o'clock, it's not good.
Her husband, Raiders center Barrett Robbins, had mental health issues and had suddenly disappeared. It turned out that he had undiagnosed bipolar disorder and was experiencing a manic episode.
I was out of my mind, out of control. My life was unmanageable. I was completely living in a fantasy world.
Believing that the game had already been played and the Raiders had won, he'd taken a cab to Tijuana and partied all night. Although he returned to San Diego in time, coach Bill Callahan decided to keep him out of the game. The once unstoppable Raiders O-line broke down without their leader, and the Buccaneers sacked QB Rich Gannon 5 times. The final score was a 48-21 blowout.
We're world champs, baby!
Number 2, Leon's letdown. Super Bowl 27. When will players learn? Showboating before you've crossed the goal line is a bad idea.
It's a teaching lesson for me to always finish, but also to never give up.
During the fourth quarter, the Cowboys sacked Bills quarterback Frank Reich and stripped the ball. Cowboys defensive lineman Leon Lett scooped up the ball and ran it 64 yards for what should have been an easy touchdown. However, before he reached the end zone, he slowed down and held the ball out in a premature celebration.
Leon Lett would have scored, but he slowed down to celebrate at the 5-yard line, and when he did, Don Beebe, hustling, stripped it away.
Bills wide receiver Don Beebe came flying up from behind and popped the ball out of Lett's hand. It went out of the end zone for a touchback. Lucky for Lett, the Cowboys were already up 35 points by then. The fumble was embarrassing, but at least it didn't cost them the game.
Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the Seahawks throw the game away. Super Bowl 49. You're the Seattle Seahawks, and you're down 28-24 against the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Brady, caught, touchdown, Julian Edelman.
It's 2nd and goal on the 1-yard line with 27 seconds left. You give the ball to All-Pro running back Marshawn Lynch for an easy touchdown, right? Apparently not. Pete Carroll called a pass play, which was picked off by Malcolm Butler.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
20 seconds and one massive brawl later, it was over. The loss was shocking, but no one was more surprised than Seattle cornerback Jeremy Lane. He had broken his wrist and tore his ACL earlier. He woke up from surgery to see his team on the 1-yard line. then fell back asleep thinking he'd be bringing home a ring. He found out the reality the next day.
There's a lot of bright sunshine right now in Foxborough and all over New England.
Which of these Super Bowl moments made you cringe? Let us know in the comments below.
Half the power in New Orleans Stadium, the Superdome here, is out.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.